there, and welcome back to the Claire Codes channel. Today we are going to talk about something code related, and something that I actually worked on, which was the CNN Magic Wall. This is my beautiful rendition. This is my opportunity to be my very own John King. And specifically, I worked on the step demographics. Oh, it's a little sad demonstration. I will also include a screenshot. You will see my beautiful circling job because, of course, I had to send this screenshot to everyone and their mother, being like, I made this! So today, I'm going to talk about the story behind my work on the CNN Magic Wall. There's a lot I can't discuss because I signed that good old NDA. But here we are, and I'm so excited to share this story with you. Okay, now that we have the introduction out of the way, and hopefully I inserted a beautiful montage of me, let's get into it. So there was a month at my last company where I did not have work due to COVID and just my position in the company. Who knows? I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but I do know I would log into Slack every day and be like, is today the day I'm furloughed? You know, like, I haven't worked. The days are racking up. The days led to weeks to a month. And then I was a junior front-end developer. We had a front-end engineering meeting. And in this meeting, everyone was sharing how their month was going, since our last meeting. And of course, everyone's like, I'm dealing with COVID. You know, no one's like, yay, loving life. And I was just there and I was like, I haven't been doing anything for a month. And as luck would have it, another front-end developer who was there was like, would you like to work with me? I was like, work? Yes, work. But I was also scared. I was very scared because he was a little bit of an intimidating guy. But I was like, yes, and he was working on the CNN Magic Wall. So he brought me on. I did not even have access to the repository. It was like 1996. We were exchanging zip files, you know. I can't get into the technology we were using, but I can say that I became a pro at CSS Grid, so that is something we did use to make the demographic. And the goal was to do this in 3 days. So I was freaking out, to say the least. I would miss eating lunch because I was so freaked out, and we'd jump on a call and he'd be like, how's it going? And I'd be like, then I'd be like, wait, can we talk in an hour? I haven't eaten. Or not an hour. I'd be like, can we talk in 20 minutes? I need to get this together. That's something that I really learned about myself. That I need to eat food? No. That sometimes when I get stuck, instead of reaching out for help, I just keep going in and in and in. And there were some points where, the logic coming in with the data, this had to be, and I'll insert a clip here. Basically, this had to respond to the data coming in. So in a moment's notice, it had to be able to change colors, to change font length, change all the information had to be, these are components, this is all work. Then there were certain specifications. I was working on also not only on the stepped demographic, but there's a continuous version, which I haven't seen in use, but possibly used. If not, they have that option. So it had to be an interactive as well. So there's a lot, even though it just seems like one small piece of this large puzzle, and of course the map and everything else going on, the, John King's ability to use a marker, what have you, so much more went into all of that, right? But 3 days, demographic, legend. And so I used CSS Grid for the spacing, and then if you can tell, the items on the end had to be this side left aligned, right aligned, they had to be centered in the middle. So there's also a lot that went into, just selecting that out, and then even the spacing in between to accommodate for all of this, like the growth or shrinkage of this stepped demographic, it had to have actually a kind of complicated mathematical formula that, and we were using REMs and not pixels, which was something else I had to wrap, a new kind of system I had to wrap my head around, and there was a lot of converting happening, but I was really proud of making that mathematical equation. And so yes, 3 days. So at the end of these 3 days, I was to give a demo on my work, and also I was like taking screenshots, I was making little videos along the way. Yeah, because I was, I was proud, but I also wanted to prove to this team that I could do it and that I could take on more work, right? And so I had to give a demo, and my new mentor who was helping me along the way in these 3 days, I was like, who's gonna be there? Like, who from the team? He was like walking me through all their personalities, and then he was like, Actually, yes, he used the words. He was basically like, you need to lean in. And I was just there like, okay. And then I gave the demo and I didn't die. So yeah, this has been a wild time for everyone in our country, and we're all watching the news ravenously, or pushing it away at times just because you need a break. It's too much. I found this great article by Quartz on John King's feverish magic wall act on CNN defined election night. Yeah, and just knowing that I was able to be a part of this was just pretty magical. Yeah, like the magic wall. That's probably why the word magic came to me. So it says here, the magic wall is not a new creation. It is not. It has been used for many a year since the 2008 presidential election. But this year, due to the unprecedented number of mail-in ballots, King and his magic wall took greater importance. Viewers needed to know which votes were absentee, which were made on election day, and more crucially, what it meant for each candidate to win each state. And the magic wall was just, like, I don't know, I was glued to it, not just because I worked on it, but because it was giving us up-to-date information in a clear manner, and just the visuals and just John King, his brain at work. And so he actually provided, a 7-hour fire hose, as they call it here, of electoral analysis, relaying results to viewers as they emerged. He used like the touchscreen technology, which we talked about earlier. There's a lot that went into this magic wall that goes into the tech. And, he enabled the operator to filter out vote counts by state and county levels. I was brought back on the CNN team for a different project, which really meant a lot to me in many ways, and showed that I had worked really hard and that I had demonstrated my abilities in the company. And so I did learn more about the map and what went into that and the technology behind it, and even like the ability to like how that works, like zooming in on like the different states and counties. And I actually learned more about, the electoral system in working on that for like 2.5 months than I had not paying attention in AP US history. Who knew? But like even like just the way, like, this is so minor, but the way counties would be underlined using the technology, or outlined using the technology we used, and what went into that, and it was pretty amazing. It's I love learning, and it's that ability to see like behind the curtain of something as magical. There should be like a drinking game to how many times I say the word magic in this video. But yeah, there's something when you're able to code a project that then you see live and you see millions of people watching or interacting with. There's like nothing else like that. And so I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to work on the magic wall. I hope many of you saw my stepped demographic in action. I'm tremendously proud of, how far I've come. Maybe you're new to my channel, maybe you've been around for a while, and maybe you know about my coding journey. But, this getting into web development was a dream, a pretty recent dream of mine. It was something that I couldn't even fathom before that. So to come from, not believing in myself, to thinking, okay, maybe I can do this, to attending a boot camp, to getting my first contract job, to then landing this full-time job, to working on the magic wall. It's just like a dream come true. So if you can believe it, you can achieve it. That's what I put in one of my videos. Corny as heck, but yeah, I hope this can be inspirational, and I hope, just want to show that the opportunities are out there, and don't be afraid to speak up, right? I spoke up in that front end meeting and it led to 3 days and magic. Yeah, I hope you stick around, check out more of my channel. With that, I say adieu. And I'm on a roll.